Good morning, class. Welcome to our spelling lesson for the week. So today we are just introducing ourselves to the concept of this week, and you'll get your word list tomorrow, okay? So please take a minute in your spiral books to write the date and the title. The title this week is the sound of war, the W-O-R sound, spelled W-A-R, okay? So make sure that when you're writing this, that you include the flat line on top of the O, because that's how it sounds, the war, okay? And we spell it W-A-R because after W, the A-R often sounds like an O-R, okay? So the words that we're looking at are going to have that pattern. So I'm going to write a little note here, and you can write it down too. After W, A-R sounds like, and then we're going to do our dashes, O-R. Okay? So write that little note down. And pause me if you need to, but I'm going to keep going because I'm going to dictate some words for you. And each of the words is going to have that pattern. It's going to sound like an O-R sound, but it's going to be spelled with the A-R, okay? So the first word is war, like a battle, which is conveniently our spelling up here. So it's spelled like that, war, but you notice the sound of the O, okay? The next word is warm, like I feel all warm, okay? And that one is W-A-R-M, okay? And then we have backward, like when you're facing backward. Okay, we still have the flat O sound that we have, okay? Now I'm going to introduce you to another word, quart. So this is a measurement of volume that we know in math, and we spell it with a Q-U. Okay, quart. And we're still making the war sound, okay? Because the Q and the U have a KW sound at the beginning, because we make the woo sound, right? So we have quart, because this is kind of like if we were to spell it out exactly how it sounds, we would make this a K and this a W, right? But we've got a QU here, which is why we have an A that sounds like an O, okay? So that's quart, quart, okay? And before we go, I'm also going to introduce you to our two rule breakers, okay? And these are going to come up on our word list tomorrow. But we're going to mention them here today. So the first one is hour, like an hour of time, okay? And this is a rule breaker because the H is silent. Okay, so we can say hour, and we're talking about an hour of time, but the H is silent. And the other word that's a rule breaker for this week is people. And people is a rule breaker because it also has a letter that's just sitting there silently, okay? And it's the O. So I want you to underline the H and the O because they are silent letters that are just hanging out in these words, and they don't contribute to how it sounds, okay? So those are our two rule breakers, people and hour, all right? And so make sure that you've written down everything here for our note today, and that is it for spelling, and I will see you tomorrow with the word list.